Good morning, everyone. It's Sunday. It's beautiful outside. I can't wait to go out and enjoy a bit of the hot weather. Me and my younger daughter are going to get out on the river on our Sea-Doo and play around for maybe an hour or so and maybe laze around on the beach and just soak up a little bit of the sun before our work week starts on Monday. You'll notice the background has changed a little bit. My head is kind of covering the nice picture in the middle they're all nice, but it's sort of, that one there gives some kind of clarity in the storm of other kind of just weird montage-y type paintings. The ones that surround the one in the middle were all made on my daughter's birthday, where we did an exercise with this paint guy where we took a canvas, and we had a cup filled with different colored paints with some paint separator in there and stuck the canvas on top and then flipped it over and let it leak out and then sort of just moved the canvas around to create that. And so we have that around, this one picture of flowers in the middle that I feel like represents, some clarity in a very stormy sort of atmosphere, which is kind of where this particular vlog is going. How we navigate some clarity in the storm of life, and how we, how we sort of deal with difficult situations. And one in particular would be where someone has hurt us. Someone has shined us, or someone has talked some shit about us, like gossip, or just behaving generally lousy towards us, and how we deal with that, and what a constructive way to deal with that, and what a not constructive way to deal with it is. I mean, we all know what revenge is, and this is the least constructive way to deal with shitty behavior, because we all know that, or we've been told that two wrongs don't make a right, even though sometimes it feels so good to get back at someone for treating us like crap. And, I'm the first to admit that revenge has been my go-to fairly often, but I've noticed that throughout the whole process and throughout my life, it's not a great way to deal with things. So, when it comes to people behaving lousy towards us, this happens on a regular basis. I mean, people can be just total dickheads, or we can see their actions as being very dick-related and, just very unkind. Like when someone spreads gossip about you, or someone, belittles you, or just, just generally behaves towards you in a shitty way where you feel that there is zero justification for this. What do you do? Like, what do you do to deal with this? A lot of times we'll just take it in. We'll be like, okay, that's fine. We'll have this sort of revenge thought process where we imagine different ways where we would get them. And I'm just going to say that on the surface, or actually, with fairly good amount of analysis, it's not a great way to deal with stuff. It is if you can keep it very short-lived. Thought comes in, you're a dick, I like to stab you in the face with a knife, and then thought goes out, and then carry on your day without, giving too much of your time to this revenge thought process. There's, you could also take outright revenge, where you actively go and return the shitty favor by adding your own your own punch in the face on this, like an actual one, or, more metaphorical one where you're just like, you go and slash their tires, or you friggin' put WD-40 all over their windshield. I've done that, it's funny. Or you, like, how else could you deal with it? You could spread some hilarious rumor about them, having both male and female genitalia, like that stuff, I'm not saying this is what you should do. Actually, I'm saying this is what you shouldn't do. There's a couple ways constructively that we can deal with this. For me, a good way to do it is to kind of take a bit of mental effort and look into their life, if you know the person on a personal level, and see what could be some of the causal factors in why you feel they're mistreating you. Like, they're in a bad relationship, or they've just lost their job, or nothing in their life is going right, and then they just sort of see you as a threat, or they're, they don't like maybe the way that you've said something, or they're just jealous a bit. And so, yeah, okay, they're jealous. That's a great way. And then you can get rid of it and gone and done, and you don't have to deal with it after that. So, for me, that's great. If it's sort of an ongoing process, this is not a great way to solve it. This passive way of dealing with, people's shitty behavior. If it's just like a McDonald's employee that has just, freaking rolled their eyes at you, this is not a bad idea. Okay, they hate their job. I would fucking hate it too. Standing there in a shitty kitchen, wearing fry grease for makeup, and yeah, like I wouldn't want to do that. I can understand why your behavior is shitty towards me, and then in, out, thought process, done. But when someone is more personal, when someone has a closer relationship to you, this is, you can do it a little bit, but generally, if it's an ongoing theme, you don't want to just keep passively letting the person treat you like crap. And that's where, a more active role would come in. So, a great way to deal with this, if you're seeing it as a problem, is to confront the person. 100% sure that's going to catch them off guard, because people generally do things towards you and do things to hurt you without expecting any kind of recourse or any kind of action on your part. They just assume that they can get away with their shitty behavior and that no one is ever going to say anything. This is particularly true of a lot of people. So say that you've experienced some negative behavior towards you. Maybe someone has made some gossip about you, and then you bring it up to them. You're going to catch them off guard. Don't do it in a very confrontational manner, but definitely bring it up so that you can get to the root of this. And what's likely is they'll give you about a half truth on what's going on. They will justify it some way. They will really want to not deal with this, and so they're going to get over it super quickly. They're going to give you the benefit of the doubt. They're going to unlikely tell you that it's your fault. They're probably going to point to some insecurities on themselves, as a way to get over it, because they're not going to want to deal with the confrontation, and then they're going to let it fizzle. So, if you do this, it's very, very likely that you will nip it in the bud and you will stop it, because people, again, will behave shitty towards you without expecting any kind of poor treatment or any kind of recourse or any kind of anyone saying anything about it. So they're probably just they'll be like, oh shit, that didn't work out, I'm gonna move on to the next person, because this person is not going to put up with my shit, so I'm not going to continue. And it's usually the way that it would play out when you confront someone. And I'm all about fucking confronting someone when they're treating me like shit. And again, since I have some experience in this area, I do know that it works. They usually just flake out, and the whole thing gets resolved. Another non-confrontational and equally shitty way of dealing with it, equally shitty to the way that they're doing it, is to just covertly get revenge, to do the same thing to them that they're doing to you, to make up some rumor, or spread some freaking lies about you, or to just treat you in a shitty way because you think that you're going to get away with it just because they think that they're getting away with it. And you've all heard that 2 wrongs don't make a right. Well, what's likely to happen in this revenge for revenge situation is that, 2 wrongs don't make a right. And what ends up happening is the situations just keep getting worse until all of a sudden the 2 people fucking hate each other. And then at that point, confrontation, bringing it up to them, is not going to work out, because you've made so many mistakes on your own that has countered those mistakes that they've made, that they're just going to start throwing shit at you, and you're going to start throwing shit back at them, and the whole thing's going to... And just not a great way to deal with it. So, also, what you don't want to do is just absorb crappy behavior. Make no attempts to rectify it or to justify it, or to, you're just taking taking crap all the time. And it might be from one particular person, or it might be a theme of your life. And I'm going to guarantee you that that is the worst, absolutely worst possible way of dealing with it. What you're going to do is you're going to open the door for people who have this need to get shit off their chest by crapping on someone, and you're going to be the crap cushion. And, as a way to live your life, that is not great at all. You're going to get hurt over and over. You're going to be taking people's crap on a regular basis, and it's not a good outcome for you. So I would definitely make some active stance at dealing with this in a constructive way. And our constructive ways are, one, you can justify their actions for them. And I would only do this if these are limited occurrence type shitty behaviors or shitty treatment towards you. Two, you can get revenge on them. Again, two wrongs don't make a right, and this is generally not going to work out well. I would say 99% of the time this is not going to work out well. Or three, you can just confront the person and say, what the fuck is going on, man? Maybe don't use that F word. Hey, what's going on? I've noticed that, why did you spread this rumor about me? Or I noticed that, generally speaking, I haven't really done anything towards you. I don't understand why you're treating me the way that you are. Could you please shed some light on that? Is there anything that I've done that that I can change that, would make this situation go away? And I would say that 100% is the best way to deal with it. So, I hope that you have a fantastic Sunday. I hope that you get out and enjoy the water, or enjoy the beach, or enjoy each other, and that none of this crap actually applies to you. But if it does, then I hope this has been helpful.